Okay, so this is the fun part for me, because I just love having all of you together at the same time, which is a thrill. So many interesting facets of the films that you all worked on that I want to ask you all about. So as we learned at the beginning of the night, Alana is not only in Licorice Pizza, but she acts with her family, with her parents, with her sisters. I want to know from the others of you, think about your family. Would you want to make a movie with your family? Troy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'd love to make a movie with my family. Oh, absolutely. Let's make even more a more intersectional story that would be more exciting. We could have hearing and deaf people together. Why not? Let's think outside of the box,
Sure.
right?
Ariana, how about you?
Yes, I would. Actually, because I was raised by the southern side of my family. If you don't know it, I'm from North Carolina. You can't hear it, can you? I'm very proud of that. But being a mixed, I don't know, but yeah, being a mixed chick, like we don't tell stories about mixed chicks, which I think is cool, especially mixed chicks from the South. So yeah, I'd make a movie with my people.
Katrina, how about you?
Well, it's funny because my dad he's retired now, but he was a Garda sergeant, like a police sergeant. So, you know, he, on one hand, he was very like authoritative and everything. But then weirdly in the 80s, he was part of this comedy troupe that with two local school teachers, a shopkeeper and a farmer. It's all very strange. But I did once be part of one of their skits when I was about 12. But yeah, I'd love to work with my dad on something.
Amelia?
I mean, I would love to, but all of my family is incredibly shy, so they'd all be absolutely mortified and wouldn't be remotely interested, unfortunately.
Sanaya, how about you?
Sure, for sure. My sister would definitely be down for that. My parents, my brother would just make up an excuse and be like, "Oh, I'm sick, I can't." But yeah, why not? That'd be fun. It definitely would be a sports movie because my family is a big sports movie. So a big sports family. So it'd be about track or football or something.
All right. Kieran, you're married to an actor, so you probably have worked with her.
About 3 years ago, I was involved in a small film called The Man in the Hat, and my wife and daughter, as an actress, they turned up as well to play in it, and that'll never happen again because they made fun of me mercilessly. And so whether it's their choice or my choice, we leave that to the gods.
Simon, what about you?
Nope. You want me to explain? Or?
That's good.
I mean, no. I wouldn't want to mix the two. It gets weird even with friends and work, money, it's weird. I haven't dated an actor in 20 years because the last time I did it was a nightmare. You don't want two people waiting for the phone to ring for a job sitting around doing nothing. There's only one psychopathic actor in this relationship, that's me.
I get it.
Okay? So, no, and my mom is here and my stepdad, and I want them to just do what they do, which is be normal, good human beings. I'm the psycho.
Okay. Welcome to your mom and stepdad, by the way. I love it. Okay, so in speaking to Ariana, we learned that she has now put her stamp on an iconic film role, that of Anita in West Side Story. So I'm going to put the rest of you on the spot just a little bit, but you're clever. What is a famous film role of the past or present that you would like to put your stamp on if you could? I'm going to start on the other side this time. Simon, you're up.
If I could choose one role, what was the question?
Yeah, a role that you'd like to play, a role that's from a past film that you'd like to try.
Ooh, that's a good question. Everybody says I look like Ernest from Ernest Goes to Camp, but I don't want to do that. But everyone tells me I should, but I think that's career suicide.
Yeah, that would be.
But I'm a big Bill Murray fan. But then here's the thing: is then you're redoing something that is so sacred that it never. Redoing something is often not a good look. I think sometimes you just got to leave something alone and let it be what it is.
Yeah.
Except for West Side Story.
I'm sorry, I'm being too. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong? Yeah.
But Ernest, I mean, I don't know. If
I'm
there's
just being
someone-
earnest.
If someone could reboot it, I mean, it could happen right here. Kieran?
Well, I don't have that many aspirations, but I think I'd like to play one of the three guys at the beginning of Once Upon a Time in the West, who gets shot within about 7 minutes. But those 7 minutes are so iconic and brilliant on film that I wouldn't mind being a part of that.
I like that. Sanaya?
There's so many. Honestly, I think I'd probably try to do Rose's character in Fences and take on that role later on down the line when I'm a grown woman. Yeah,
Right. In a couple of years.
for sure.
Amelia, how about yourself?
There's actually a role of someone that I knew about, but I may be playing her later down the line, so I can't say.
Okay.
I know it's such a boring answer. If you want to come back to me, I can come up with something else.
That's
but
fine.
That's all that I can think about right now.
Totally fine. I don't expect everyone to have an answer for everything. That's the beauty of this lightning round. Katrina?
God, I can't. Like my brain's just like da, 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 da. It's the same sort of thing. It's like like Jenna Rollins in Opening Night is one of my absolute favorite, but you can't do any better than that. So, I mean, like I don't know. Yeah,
Still be pretty cool to see.
it would be amazing. Like I love that film, but
Right.
you just would fail. So why would you even bother?
Ariana, I'm going to give you a chance to answer this question. Is there another role that besides Anita that you would be interested in tackling?
Two things came up instinctually. I might throw up after I say it, but Eve in All About Eve.
Ooh.
That would be cool. And also, I'd take a whack at Sid Charisse's character in The Bandwagon. I would take a whack at that.
Great dancing sequences.
Yeah, because,
I would pay to
she
see
really did that. You know what I mean?
Alana? Come on.
But I've had so much
I know, I
time
really
to think
started
about it too.
all the
I've
way
had
down
the
there.
most time. I'm like really just going through the VHSs that I had growing up, and not any of them are great. I had only 2 VHSs growing up. Well, 3. There was the Titanic double VHS that we all remember. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
was
Double
really wild.
VHS? God. And then, like, I had The Mask and The Lion King. I don't think I could fit in any of those 3 movies. I don't know. I mean, oh, God, the movie that's coming to my mind is I just remember seeing this movie. I'm obsessed with Albert Brooks. I've always been obsessed with Albert Brooks my whole life. And it's like a tie between being in Defending Your Life or being in Sharon Stone in The Muse. I mean, like,
choice.
I remember seeing The Muse and being like, God, she's so hot. I want to be that. I want to be the popular girl. I don't know. I'm going to regret everything I just said in the last 5 minutes, but that's okay.
Nothing regrettable at all. Troy, how about yourself?
Well, I'd love to play a character called Deaf Smith, who is a historical character of the past from the 1800s. And so he was actually a deaf spy who fought in the war between Texas and Mexico. And he actually had to cross the border as a deaf spy, and no one really knows about Deaf Smith. And he's truly an amazing historical character. And there's a peanut butter from that town that's called Smith, and there's actually a history behind it. And so this is the deaf spy who fought in that war, and there's a region in Texas that he's from, and they have a number of products named after him. But anyway, I would love to play that role, because a lot of hearing people have played Deaf Smith in the past, but I'm not quite satisfied with how they portrayed him. I would love to make a new one, and that is one of my hopes, because I love historic epics.
I'm sold on that. I have time for just a couple last things because I know that people don't want to be here all night long. There's a lot that's weighing on a lot of our minds right now. This is a tough time, I think, for a lot of people who follow world events and just are rooting for people to be decent to each other. I want to know for the people on this stage who like to sing, and we have a history of people singing a little bit on this stage on the Virtuosos. We have a lot of great singers here.
Oh no.
What's a
They're professional singers. I'm like.
Is there a song? Only do it if you want. Is there a song that any of the singers on this stage like to sing to either cheer themselves up or to cheer other people up? And if so, what is that song?
Sure, I'll go first. No, this is a serious answer. One of my favorite songs, you might be shocked that I'm deaf and I don't know a lot about music, but I love John Lennon's Imagine.
Yes.
It just touched me, the lyrics of that song. And so I'm thinking about a metaphor. And so imagine a world where everyone's at peace. Imagine a world with no war. And imagine a world where everyone knows sign language. Imagine that policemen and firemen and doctors and lawyers know sign language. Imagine there's a peaceful way of communicating in emergencies with sign language. Imagine the President of the United States knows sign language. Imagine all of the interpreters losing their jobs.
Can I just say, I debated asking this question at all tonight because I thought I don't want to ask something that excludes you, and I'm so glad I asked that question.
Oh, no hard feelings.
But I'm so glad I asked it.
I'm so used to it.
What about any of the others of you?
We're not gonna go after that.
Yeah, sure you are.
Beautiful.
You know,
He opened the door.
I mean,
Come on, let's hear it. Come on.
It's so cheesy because it's from my film.
That's not
So
cheesy
what?
at all.
Oh, it's so cheesy, but it's true because it's what everybody hopes for. There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us. Peace and quiet and open air. Wait for us somewhere. That's what everybody wants, you know what I mean? And it's what we need a little more of. Peace and quiet. God damn it.
Okay, no one has to follow the Tony nominee. That's
No,
okay.
wait. I actually would like to say I'm actually in my off time. I'm a singing coach. If you guys would like to learn a lesson,
I'll call you.
so I'll give you an example. So you start. It's octaves. It's and I will always love, and then you go you. So you go up and then down. It's called range, and they don't know it about it. But I'm happy to help them out after you.
So much.
That was so
Yes.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I have a tradition of how I end this night every year, and it's to go down the line. I warned some of you about this, which is to have all of our honorees recommend a movie that they saw in the last year that maybe is not on everyone's radar as much as the movies that you all have made are. And what is something that you would encourage people to see? I will start. There's a movie that came out. It actually premiered at Sundance the same time that Coda did, called Mass. I think Kieran is a fan.
Yeah, good one.
Starring Ann Dowd and Martha Plimpton, who's ridiculous, and Reed Birney and Jason Isaacs, written and directed by Fran Kranz. I love it. It's not an easy movie to sit through, but it's an absolutely gorgeous movie and one that I would encourage people to watch. So I'm going to go down the line, and if you don't have one, that's okay. But if you do have something to recommend, I'd love to know.
Sure, absolutely. I'd love to encourage everyone to see the short film Audible, and it's about a deaf football team in Frederick, Maryland that had 42 wins straight. And they're a deaf team, and they beat all of these hearing teams for 3 years straight, almost 4 years straight. And it's such an inspiring documentary. It's extremely touching. It's about father and son, and it's so authentic and raw, and it really touched me. And so I strongly recommend watching Audible.
It's on Netflix.
And it's actually a nominee for Best Short Documentary at the Oscars as well.
Great suggestion. Great suggestion. Alana?
Oy vey. Schwitzing up here. And also I have had a lot of time to think about this. Oh, thank you. God. Thank you. Do you want it back? I don't know if you do. Don't know if you want it back. I love movies that make me cry, and a lot of the movies up here made me a blubbering mess, let me tell you. There was, the thing is like everyone knows this movie, that's the problem, but I'm also obsessed with it. I'm a cartoon freak, animated movie freak, and I'm the one movie that honestly made me want to just crawl into a ball was Luca.
Luca.
I watched it maybe 55 times, and every single time made me cry and made me rethink my childhood completely. But if you haven't watched it, I don't think anyone in this audience hasn't watched it, but if you haven't, I really do recommend it.
Great choice, and I guarantee there are many people who have not yet seen Luca, so please watch it. Ariana?
Well, this is not on brand because we are at a film festival, and I'm going to recommend a television show to you.
That's fair.
But in terms of representation, because I'm a representation freak, The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. But yeah, see, I got one. No, it's really beautiful. It's fantasy, it's sci-fi, but the relationships within it, it's really beautifully and respectfully done between, two women, a pansexual couple. It normalizes these relationships, and you get to see the humanity in it, and I personally believe we need more of that. And also, if you didn't see In the Heights, you should see it because it's Latina joy all over the place. You're welcome.
Good choice. Katrina?
Oh, God, I wish you'd given me a heads up. God. Because I had a kid this year, so I haven't seen a huge amount of film, and also I've lost all memory, so I don't even know what happened yesterday. But one film I saw, which was really beautiful, it was a beautiful performance, was Swan Song, Mahershala Ali. So that was gorgeous, and everyone should see that.
Great, and Glenn Close, terrific.
I was going to say Mass, but also Hand of God. It's so visually beautiful, and Filippo is amazing. So that was one that I really thoroughly enjoyed.
Great choice, and up for international feature.
Yeah, I know, people have seen it, but
they haven't. That's the thing. People have not seen everything. Sanaya?
I love animation as well, and I love musicals, and I'm a big fan of Lin-Manuel Miranda. Woo! So I would say Encanto.
Hey.
So good. Cheered me up. I watched it over this break with my family, and I fell in love with the music and everything. So definitely Encanto.
Nice. Kieran?
Film called The Humans.
Oh.
Good. There's two of us. It comes from a Broadway play that was written about 5 or 6 years ago, I think, but it's actually transposed into film in a very delicate and very scary way, and it takes place over Thanksgiving, I think, and it's about family again, but it's kind of spooky, but with brilliant acting in it. So The Humans.
Yeah, Richard Jenkins, Amy Schumer, Beanie Feldstein, Jane Houdyshell. Beautiful film.
I was going to say Mass as well because it's that good. It's a play, basically. Incredible acting. But I would say Jockey with Clifton Collins Jr. was one that flew under the radar that I was blown away by his performance. And I really recommend Jockey. Great film, made for $350,000. He's been in the game for years, Clifton, and I feel like this is his time.
Yeah, sure. And that premiered at Sundance last year, too. Great choices, all of you.